So today we're going to be making some beer can stoves, aka hobo stoves. Before we start, I just want to show you some of the ones I made earlier. I had a few attempts. I've had five attempts since seeing someone do this on YouTube, and the first two were diabolical. I cut them wrong, forgot to cut the tops off. So my first actual finished one was this little mini one, which I'm not sure if it works. After we go through this, we'll test to see if any of these actually work that I made, but that's my first attempt. The second attempt was a slightly bigger one, a bit better, cut the circle a bit better, and I also got the grooves better for the exhaust chambers or burning chambers, whatever they call it. And this was my third attempt, which was even bigger. Put them together, they all started getting bigger the more I did them. So they're the three. And this one, I've got a bit of better cut, a bit of them balls up there, but the chambers around here, which is where the fuel comes up apparently, and the flame, was a lot better. So this will be my fourth and final attempt with you. So I'll be showing you what I've learned so far, and you can follow along, and we'll see if it works. We'll test it with the fuel, and we will boil some water in the cup, and we'll see if it actually works. To get started, what you're going to need is a can of beer, obviously empty. We'll drink this first, but ideally don't try this first time when drunk. A multi-tool, pocket knife, or a standard knife will do as well. Some alcohol fuel, surgical spirit or methylated spirit, a lighter to light the fire, some scissors as well, just to make life a little bit easier sometimes. And today I've also got a large mug to put the fire out afterwards, because you need something to choke the fire at the end and starve it. And that is everything you need. Step one is you need to have an empty can. I've no empty cans left, so I'm going to have to pour this one out. It's a Desperado, it's beautiful. But yeah, don't do this after drinking, because you want to be fully mentally concentrating on this. I especially do, but I need to empty the can, so this will go in this cup. So the first thing we're going to do with the can is, once it's empty, we're going to remove the top part here. This part here we're going to remove. Now, a tip that I saw was recommended was, if you look at the can, there's two bits. There's a lower indentation, and then there's like a slightly raised bit of metal here, aluminium there. Now, if you can get the blade as close as you can to that, you'd have a nice rigid surface to work the knife across. This will stop the can buckling in, and will give you a much smoother cut. Now, obviously, I'm still yet to achieve that, but the people that I watched do it achieved it perfectly every time. So yeah, get it as close to there as you can. If you go too short, the can will crumble and bend, but if you go too wide at an angle, you could actually end up piercing the outside as well. So yeah, keep it as close to that rigid bit there. It's a bit more stable and solid, so you can get a bit of a sharper cut. Now, you could either use a multi-tool knife. This one's about 20 years old. I've not sharpened it, so it's very blunt. That's the one I used to cut that one, which is a bit hit and miss. This one was cut using this barcode blade, so I'm gonna attempt the barcode this time. Again, knife safety, don't do it between your legs, be careful. So the bumblebee sitting in my lip as I was cutting this. Right. So again, just be really careful. When the knife's in, just make sure you've always got the knife inside it as you're sliding across. A firm grip at the top, and just keep the knife slowly round. Don't pull, yank, pull it towards you. And if the knife stays in there, you should be safe as long as you keep it against the edge. But it took me, I don't know, about 3 or 4 minutes to cut through that. I just took it really, really slow. Okay, once you've done that, you just want to cut the can roughly in the middle. So I'm just going to cut my can. Not perfect middle, but I know roughly what size I want this time. Right. You want to work out how deep you want the can to be. So, see, that was my biggest one. You can see how deep it is there. I'm going to go more for like this middle size. So, it's actually just above this tequila sign. You can use the knife, but I've been trying to use scissors. But scissors are still quite tricky. Maybe I need like proper tin scissors or something. I don't know. Again, there's no right or wrong, it's personal preference, but the deeper you are, the more fuel you can hold. Next bit is we want to work out the top bit, so we sort of measure it against the ridges. So obviously it can only go so far down, can't it? So at the ridges, I'm going to cut mine around about here, I think. Probably one of my worst ones I've done out of all 4 of them. This is the worst one, the one I'm showing on YouTube. Brilliant, brilliant. I'm not doing it again, I'm going to keep it real, but that's a bit better. There we go, just tidy it up so you've got a nice sort of clean edge. That's made up for it now, actually. That's sort of saved the bacon. We need to create like these lines, these fuel chambers where the fire will run up the sides. To do this, you can either use your normal knife, but I'm going to use the pocket knife. It's not very sharp, but it's sharp enough to do this bit. And how it works is you want to place your fingers on the top side through, 2 fingers, and you want to line up the blade on the edge of the ridge. There's a ridge. 2 fingers, in between the 2 fingers, just push down lightly, push on the ridge, make a dent, and you want to push it in between your fingers as well. So what it does, it creates like, you can see it, but it creates like a ridge. It's like a dent. If you can see that on the angles and that. See that dent? There running down. Show them the angle as well, it's creating that dent, that ridge. So you're doing that all across, so from there you move across 1 finger, so you rest that middle finger on the ridge, 2 fingers, and again you do the same thing, you just place the knife in between, push on the top, buckle it in. If you don't want to pierce it, you just leave it like this indentational mark. Move across, same thing, between the 2 fingers, pushing in, move across. Nearly there, there should be 1 more. Okay, So again, I've still got it perfect, but you see how it's got like this bevel shape now? All these little ridges. I just want to try and show you a different angle so you can see it's got like these bends and curves, ridges inside it. That's the effect that we're trying to do to create these little chambers. There's one final bit you need to do, and you need to create like a little hole, tiny little hole at the top. So you find a spot, just put your finger behind, and then you just literally the tip of your blade, really gently, and just wiggle it. You should feel it gradually against your finger in the end as it pierces through. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's the hole. A little tiny hole. That's what you're aiming for. And that's it. And then you just place the can inside the base. Now when I watch people do it, they do it like bam, straight in. No fiddling. I have to sort of squeeze mine. Obviously I'm still not master of this. There you go. Push it in. And then we have the can. So let's tidy up. Knife, scissors. I need to get a new multi-tool. This is, as I said, about 20 years old. It was given to me when I found it, I can't remember. But it's very old. There's some really cool ones nowadays. So next, yeah, methylated spirit. It's got loads of different names depending what country you're from, I think. Some call it surgical spirit. So this is one I just made on YouTube live with you guys. It's not as good. So we pour it in. You can see that in there. Let's pour. I'm going to pour it in all. I've got 4, so we're going to see which one actually worked the best. I don't think it'd be my littlest one. I don't think it'd be my last one either. Right, so this was the first one I ever made. Let's double check. This was the second one I ever made. I know that because it's got a burn mark on it. This was the third one I made. And this was the one I made with you guys, where I've actually pierced the hole too much. Yep. Like I said, do it nice and small, and then I go and pierce it really bad. My light has died. So the plan is, whichever one works the best, we will then see if we can boil some water. Dove number 1. Let's give it a go. Bit scared about this bit. I think it's lit. There you go. It is lit. There you go, see it? So it is lit. I mean, I'm going to move out of the way a minute. So, I tell you what, number 1 is actually working much better than I thought it would. That's really surprised me. That's actually really surprised me. Can't believe it, I run out of storage on my phone. So, water in a cup. Let's see if this actually works or it puts it out. It's very hot. Right, I'm not sure here. Right, there still seems to be, yeah, there's still flames coming out. So I think it's working. Now to extinguish it, you have to smother it, you can't blow it out. So this is why I'm hoping this cup will do the job. My mighty mug. It takes a while to cool down, give it a minute or 2 before you touch it, because it is metal. If you look, there's still plenty of fuel in there. Plenty of fuel in there, so right, it's burning a little bit, 30 seconds, but it's cooled down a lot. I'm actually amazed. That was the first one I made, and I really ballsed it up. Like, I've done it too short, too small, too big a hole. I didn't put the notches in correctly, and it worked perfectly. That's just blown my mind. That was the worst one I made as well, and it worked. I'm looking forward to the others now actually. Okay, this was number 2. Now this one I actually did light and test, and as soon as I put the cup on it, it went out. So let's see. Right, it has taken, the only way I can see it's taken is that I look at the wood. You see this flicker? That's the flame in the shadow. At first you can't see it. Yeah, it's taken good. Now, obviously the cup needs to go on to boil, so is the cup still working? Well, I can see the flame flickering on the side, so yeah, number 2 seems to be working. Maybe I didn't light it properly last time, or maybe I didn't add a lot of fuel, so maybe that was why. Now this one obviously can hold more fuel, but it's slightly deeper. Now yeah, this small one has already cooled down, so that's about 1.5 to 2 minutes. But that fuel will return back into the pot. Now looking at the table, I think this has gone out. Yeah, this is actually extinguished. So yeah, I'm not wrong when I said previously I lit this one and it stopped working. It has extinguished itself. Oh. Okay, so that one is taking on. That's the one we made on YouTube. So this big one, my number 3 one, I couldn't get to work. I think it was too deep. I couldn't get the lighter in. So this one is the one we made live with you guys on YouTube. I'm going to place the cup on top. See how it goes. It's the best one I've got, I think, for the burn chambers. I've done the old slightly too big. But you can see it's actually working. I'll tell you what I really like as well is that it does give off a little tiny bit of heat as well, so while you're boiling water you do get a nice little bit of warmth there as well. I notice a lot of people are thinking, what is the point of this? You could just buy a wood burning stove or a little stove for like less than £20. But I think it's just the fun, the childhood wonder, you know, the excitement of taking something that was a drinking can and turning it into like a useful tool. So it's lighter than any wood burning stove you've got, any alcohol stove you've got. That is 100% lighter. You know, it's just thin tin aluminium can, and it's a cool little project. It's like a survival project. You know, you could have a beer and it's like, oh, I need to cook some food. What do I do? Oh, I've got some alcohol, methylated spirit in my bag. I've got my stove. That's all right. I'll cut my can open. I'll turn my can into a stove, and now you can cook food or make a tea, coffee in the morning. I'm actually really, really impressed with it. It's the first time I've ever done something like this, so it's it's really cool. Desperado can has now become a potential cooking stove. Awesome, awesome. Just had to relight it. It went out for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the wind or because of what I'm doing, but yeah, it did go out. Right, I think it might be the wind. It's just gone out again, looks like. Oh, if you like the t-shirts as well, then let me know, because I did make this myself. And if you are interested in some Stay Wild t-shirts, hit me up in the comments. And something new, it's very wind sensitive. A gust of wind can completely blow it out somehow. Maybe that's because I haven't perfected the design of it. But yeah, twice now the wind has blown it out. So I'm going to be truthful and honest with you. This is blown out about 6 times now. I'm in quite a bit of shade now and the wind is blowing quite strong through here, but this continues to be blowing out. So whether it's to do with chambers or just in general wind blowing out, It's not lasting, but the water is bubbling, the water is warm, so it does work. It's slow, it does need a windshield because it keeps extinguishing. When you are finished with the can, don't waste it, wait till it's cooled down. What you need to do next is just remove the top. There's only two parts, but remove the inner chamber, like so. And then the remainder, you can just pour it back into the bottle, and like me, over my hands. But yeah, that's the thing. The fuel is reusable. Don't waste it. Yes, empty it. Put your lid back inside. Because I make it look so easy. There you go. But now you've got your portable cooking stove. Now, everything about ultralight is the trend right now. You're not going to get anything lighter than this. I know you get these really light gas stoves in that. But you still got to carry the gas. So I guess I know you're still carrying this, but you can get small bottles of this as well, or just get one of those little hip flasks. You can decant this down into a smaller amount. But this was burning on and off for maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I still had fuel in there, so it would last, I reckon, 20 to 30 minutes, but the wind did keep putting it out. So just be aware that you will need to protect it from the wind, and keep practicing making them until you get a design that really works nicely. I just want to thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Again, this is something I just learned this weekend. I had 5 attempts, and obviously I made this one with you. Give it a go. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and comment. Please share your designs with me and what cans you used. It's just a fun little thing to practice and learn, you know. It's a good survival tool. It's just fun, I think, and quirky, you know. And there's so many different types of cans out there. You could have like a little shelf of all the different beer cans you've drunk, and also cooking stoves as well. Stay safe. It's fire, it's knives, it's cutting, it's tin. Be careful. Enjoy it. Have a good time outdoors and stay wild. We'll speak soon.